So let's face it, you are a founder, you are a technical founder, you are very strong in whatever that you are doing, maybe in terms of the R&D, in terms of coding, doing a lot of A/B testing, and you're also very strong in the user acceptance testing. So now question here is, you are in a networking session, and in these networking sessions, you are going to meet a lot of strangers that you may not be very comfortable with. So maybe someone will bump into you and ask you very simple questions. So what do? Who are you? And why are you here? So in today's sessions, I'm going to help you to answer some of this. So me myself, having came from an engineering background, I always had this kind of very awkward situations. But over the years, I actually learned to ask myself a couple of questions and then prepare myself a couple of answers that I hope that today will be actually useful for you. So the most popular questions that a lot of strangers that you meet will always ask you, hey, what do? Who are you? So now let's answer them. Number one, who are you? So first and foremost, anyone who is going to be asking you, who are you? Similarly to the same question that you're going to ask others, who are you? The answers is not just about, oh, I am Paddy Tan, I'm 45 years old, I do this and I do that. No, that is actually not the objective of a networking session. The objective of a networking session is actually quite straightforward. Is that you get to know someone that is interesting, and maybe he or she has some needs, he or she has some requirements, some wants, or maybe he or she is just looking to get others to know about him, give him the opportunity to talk about himself, his business and everything. So when someone asks you, who are you? The very best answers that you can always provide is actually going to be very straightforward, of what exactly are you doing, and try to answer that within a short 30 to 60 seconds. So who are you? You don't have to mention about exactly, where are you from, what is your age, and what have you studied and anything. No, just go into straight away, why are you guys here in this networking session? If this networking session is for startup, is for founders, is for the ecosystem, then naturally there's a very high assumptions that you and him or you and her are probably here to get to know each other. And in order for everybody to get to know each other, say something interesting like, hey, I am so and so, I run a particular startups, and my startups focus on a particular technology or a particular solutions. If that is something that is of interest, I could like to share with you a bit more. That's it. So a simple answers to a complicated questions of who are you, answer it with what you are doing, okay, what your company is actually trying to solve. Even if there's any interest, we can actually bring this along. If someone who is actually interested to know more after they ask you the question of who are you, you can actually spend a bit more time to elaborate on that. If there is no, move along. It is okay. So now your turn to ask someone, who are you? So if you met someone that look like you, okay, maybe asking the same questions during the Q&A sessions, ask them, who are you? So with some of the information that you may have already picked up, or you may have even seen his or her name tag, by asking him, who are you? Straight away you can actually open the conversations by, okay, so he or she may be answering you the same questions like, okay, I'm so and so, I'm running a startups, and I'm trying to use my startups to solve this particular problem. So instead of you continuing to talk about yourself, maybe ask more questions. So why are you trying to solve this problem? How do you intend to solve this problem? And how long have you guys been around? Are there any other competitors that you are doing the same thing, same products or same services? Just by asking the next few questions, let him or herself to actually talk more. And this is also the same opportunity that you should also achieve when someone asks you that same question. So by answering and opening up questions so that to talk more. And the next stage of questions that you can always ask is, how do you differentiate yourself with your nearest competitors? Are your nearest competitors based here in Singapore? Are your competitors based in US? And how are they competing with you? And how do you differentiate yourself by upping your products, services, features, functions? So what have you guys done? This actually allows you to ask questions and to let the person to answer you in a very fast manner, or even in a very timely fashion manner, so that you can actually learn about, okay, his thought process. How do they differentiate themselves? How do they defend against competitors? In a networking session, it is not just about you going to get to know someone, but you also want to find out some tactics, some methods that someone actually is deploying, and you can also adopt it and it may actually be proved to be useful when you implement it into your own business also. So sometimes when you ask about the questions and then you chit chat with them, there may be some questions that you also want to ask, is such as, oh, who are your shareholders? So since we are in the networking sessions for startups, we are in the networking sessions for founders, maybe you can ask, okay, who are the shareholders? Do you get yourself invested? How do you get yourself invested? Is it someone that we may know, or is it someone that down the road I can get to know them? So something like this, very, very, very light questions, and not intrusive at all, but ask questions that you may actually help you to benefit yourself, to gain more knowledge, to gain more experience. Because by talking to some of these folks, some people are actually more than happy to share with you a lot more insights. Okay, because once both of you are actually very comfortable, this is where you can continue the whole entire business relationship after the networking sessions. So another question that you may also want to ask during this networking session is also, what is the drive behind this business? A very simple questions, but an answer that's not easily answered. Okay, so things like, what drives you in this business? Okay, what is the drive behind this business? When you answer the questions, when you ask the questions, let the other party answer them, and then ask them small little questions as okay, is the drive coming from because when you were exposed to a particular work environment, a particular situations, and what drives you? Because by asking such kind of questions with the answers given to you, and then at the earlier questions when you ask who are the investors, who are the shareholders, you may actually narrow down that, okay, maybe a certain group of investors actually likes a certain types of founders, the kind of drive that they have, and then how are they going to do it. This may actually give you some insights from there. Another last question that you may always want to ask is, based on what you have and based on what the business is already running, do you see yourself expanding your business beyond what you are doing? So what do I mean? Say, for example, the company may be doing product A, maybe doing product B. For all you know, product A and product B may actually go very well with the next rollout of product C. And however, product A and product B may only be serving a certain industry, maybe only serving a certain markets. So if they were to roll out product C, and if there's any opportunities for you to work together with them, you may actually give yourself an opportunity that, okay, maybe down the road in this next 12 to 18 months, I may be able to partner with this person. Why? Because product C may actually complement together with what I already have. Or maybe I can even help these particular persons to go overseas by linking some friends, some contacts that I may have. Why do we want to do this in just a networking sessions? The purpose of a networking sessions is to get to know someone like-minded, someone who have probably contacts that may be able to pass it around, and then you help to expand your network, and you can even cut down the resources, cut down the time, and by building trust, someone can actually just open the doors for you to run your business, and then to even cut down all the unnecessary expenses or unnecessary activities that may actually lead you to nowhere. But if you have gained some trust by working for helping someone, he or she may actually believe in you, and then at the same time, both of you can actually develop a better, stronger business relationship. I hope that the following has been useful for you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.